You know that guy who wakes up at 5 a.m. every single day to train? Or the person whose car is so spotless it looks like it belongs in a museum? Or maybe you've had a friend who cannot stop analyzing every single text message from someone they're dating. From the outside, this looks like extreme discipline, neat freakiness, or just bad romantic luck. But psychologists say something much deeper is going on. Today, we are breaking down the psychology of obsession. We throw the word obsessed around a lot, but in psychology, an obsession is an involuntary recurrent thought, urge, or image that persistently hijacks your mind. It is completely different from a normal worry or a healthy passion. A healthy interest helps you stay focused, but an obsession drains your mental energy and distorts reality. But here is the wild part. Obsessions do not always mean you have a clinical disorder like OCD. They show up in our everyday behaviors, our relationships, and our weirdest habits. Let's look at why people obsess over the things they do. Often, it comes down to a desperate need for control. Take the person with the spotless car. Psychologists note that when life gets unpredictable, like during a difficult relationship or a job loss, people instinctively look for something they can manage. Your car is a small sanctuary. Cleaning it perfectly sends a powerful signal to your brain that you have power here, offering genuine psychological relief from internal chaos. What about obsessing over another person? Sometimes this is a psychological state called limerence. Limerence is an involuntary obsession with someone, but it is not actual love. Love cares about the other person's well-being, while limerence is just the intense desire to be desired back. It thrives on uncertainty. You replay and analyze every interaction, trying to figure out if they like you, and your brain treats it like a puzzle it simply has to solve. Then there are the people obsessed with their hobbies, like motorcycles. Research shows that riders often use their bikes to enter a psychological flow state. The high situational awareness required to ride forces the brain's default mode network, the exact part of the brain responsible for anxious rumination and self-criticism, to go entirely offline. They aren't just obsessed with a machine, they are obsessed with the mental silence it brings. But here is the most fascinating insight in all of obsession psychology. The exact same obsessive behavior can come from two completely opposite places. Take the person who obsessively trains at 5 a.m. One version of this person is driven by a strong, healthy identity. They have linked exercise to their self-concept, acting proactively to protect their goals. But the other version? They are driven by pure anxiety. For them, the morning workout is a rigid defense mechanism against what they fear, and missing a session causes genuine distress and guilt. The exact same thing happens with people who obsessively avoid seeking validation. One person might genuinely have a strong internal locus of control and truly not need your approval. Another person might have built a massive wall of defensive self-sufficiency. They act like they don't care because needing approval in the past was simply too painful. From the outside, both look identical, but internally, one is standing on solid ground, and the other is wearing heavy armor. This matters because understanding the root of an obsession is the only way to manage it. Compulsions, like constantly checking your phone, over-planning, or meticulously cleaning, are often just attempts to manage the stress of obsessive thoughts. But these actions usually backfire. Instead of giving you lasting relief, they add more stress and trap you in a never-ending loop. Understanding whether your obsession is a healthy expression of your identity or a maladaptive coping mechanism meant to hide your anxiety changes everything. The things we obsess over are rarely about the things themselves. They are mirrors. They reflect our need to feel safe, our deep fear of rejection, and our attempts to impose order on a chaotic world. So the next time your brain gets stuck on a loop, or you see someone perfectly aligning their car floor mats, don't just brush it off as a weird quirk. Ask yourself, what storm is this obsession quietly holding at bay?